In this video, we're going to look at how to add or subtract two fractions. There are two basic steps. Step 1, get the same denominator. So we look at these two fractions given. The first fraction has a denominator of 18, but the second one has a denominator of 12. And apparently, they don't have the same denominator, 18 and 12. So that's what we need to do in our first step, to change them so we end up with the same denominator. And after we do that, we will be able to use the second rule in the second step. So let's work on the first step. So how do we change 18 and 12 to the same denominator, same number? So we're going to find the LCD. LCD is what we call the least common denominator, which is the same as what we said before, LCM, least common multiple, because D here means denominator. So LCD is the least common multiple of the two denominators, 18 and 12. So from chapter 1, we have already learned how to find the denominator, least common multiples of these two numbers. So let's take a look at how to do that. So we start with the first number, 18, and we're going to break it down. With 18, we know that we can use the factoring tree to break down as 2 times 9. We start with the smallest prime number, 2. See if 2 goes in there, because 18 is even. 2 does go into 18. And we know 2 goes into 18 9 times. 9 is not even, so we got to continue this step. Notice that 2 doesn't go into 9 anymore, so we're going to try the next prime number, 3. And 3 goes into 9 3 times. So now we have all prime numbers. We can write down 18 as 18 is equal to 2 times 3 times 3. And we can double check our answer. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times another 3, that gives us exactly 18. So that means this factoring is correct. Now let's look at next denominator, 12. We're going to do the same thing. First, as we see 12 is even, that tells us 2 should go into 12. Notice that I always started with the smallest prime number 2, which is not the only way. You could start with any other prime number. But if you don't know which prime number you should start with, you can always start with the smallest. That's 2. And so we see 2 goes into 12 6 times, but 6 is not prime. So let's continue to break down 6 and as 2 times 3. Now all of these numbers are prime. We're going to write down 12 equals 2 times 2 times 3. But when we write down those numbers, we're going to try to line up the same number in the same column. If it's not the same number, we will create a new column. So as we can see, the first number, 2, we already have a 2 with column, so let's put our 2 there. The second number, 2, we don't have a column for that anymore. So we're going to have to create a new column on the right. And the next number is 3. And notice we already have a column for 3, so don't create another column. So you can put the 3 right there. Okay, so let's write down the LCM of 18 and 12. For each column, we bring down a number. First column, we bring down 2. Second column, we bring down 3. Third column, we bring down 3. Fourth column, we bring down the 2. Now we multiply all of these 4 numbers. We got 2 times 3, 6. And the other 3 times 2, we also got 6 And 6 times 6, that gives us 36. So this will be the least common denominator. It's also the least common multiple of 18 and 12. Now we can go back to the problem. So we finished the first, we actually have not finished first step. We only found the least common denominator, 36, which is what we're going to use. So we will take the original fraction, the first fraction, 5 over 18. We take that, 5 over 18. And let me use a different color. This is the first fraction in the problem. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the denominator 18 to the LCD 36. Remember we said 36 is a multiple of both, so 36 of course is a multiple of 18. So that tells us we must be able to find a number such that 18 times that number is 36. As we can see, 18 times 2 equals 36. We can multiply the same number on the top to get an equivalent fraction. So 18 times 2 is 36. And 5 times 2 is 10. So that tells us 5 out of 18 equals 10 out of 36. Similarly, we can convert 7/12, the second fraction, to an equivalent fraction with the denominator 36. Again, as 36 is a multiple of 12. See here, LCM, M means multiple. 36 is a common multiple of both 18 and 12. So 36 is a multiple of 12. That means we must be able to find a number such that 12 times that number is 36. As we can see, that number is 3. And we're going to multiply the same number on the top to get an equivalent fraction. So 7 times 3 is 21. Now look at the two new fractions we got. The problem gave us two fractions, 5 over 18, 7 over 12. We notice their denominators don't match. But now, after we did this, we got two new fractions, which is 10 over 36 and 12 over 36, 21 over 36. And these two fractions have the same denominator. So we go back to the original problem to change these two fractions given. So negative sign, we keep it. 5, when we see the fraction 5 over 18, we're not going to use this anymore. We're going to use its equivalent one, which is 10 over 36 right here. I'm going to put 10 over 36. And plus, we copy the plus sign. When we see the fraction 7 over 12, we're going to replace it with its equivalent fraction, 21 over 36. So we're going to write down 21 over 36. Now we finished the first step. Get the same denominator. Look, we have the same denominator, 36. And now we are ready to do the second step. It says keep the same denominator, which is 36. So I'm going to write down the answer. The same denominator, 36, keep it. And add the numerators. So we're going to add the numbers on the top. And this minus sign can be associated with the top number 10. So we're going to do negative 10 plus 21, which gives us 11. And notice the answer 11 over 36 is reduced. So that's the answer.